Hi guys, I am so thrilled and thankful for the people that God is placing in my life, and one of those is a great mentor, Damon John and his team. They have been life transforming in this year 2016 as I place myself in business. So I had him in an interview talking about mentors. Actually, it was yesterday. He was talking about mentors. Does everybody need mentors? And he said everybody and anybody needs mentors. And they are not just to give to you, but you are supposed to give to them also. So, because I've learned so much from this man and his team, the least I could do is tell you about him. He's a great guy, great entrepreneur, and great business person, great ethics and great skills and wisdom. So tonight I came home to the most amazing gift ever, the power of broke. And remember, I wrote about it in the morning, and I came home, in my mailbox was this. The Power of Broke by Damon John. And I just opened a random page and I'm gonna read it out to you. It is page 105, Have a Little Faith. The Power of Broke. Gigi couldn't see any power in her situation. All she could see was broke. Her parents came in from California to help her get the place ready. It was a full-on family affair, but there was still the matter of all the unsettled bills. Gigi recalls how she approached the shop to give the place a final once-over and met the plumber who wanted to get paid. Gigi wrote him a check, but urged him to please hold off on depositing it for a couple of days. She was honest about it. She said, "If you try to cash it, it will bounce. But it will be good on Monday. You have my word." That was good enough for the plumber. But then the contractor came by. Here, Gigi thought the guy was just checking on his work one last time before the open. Thought he'd been paid in full, but he said, "There's one bill I forgot to pass on to you." She said, "Just one bill? That shouldn't be a problem, long as it can wait until next week." But one bill turned out to be a $15,000 charge for a new drywall. More money than Gigi could get her head around at that moment. And better believe it, more than she could afford to pay anymore. "I melted on the floor," she said. "I went from feeling good about the business to thinking maybe I was in the biggest mistake. I'd already given up on one of my dreams. I didn't think it had in me to give up on another one." Here's again. Gigi's faith helped her to see her through. Her mom took her aside, tried to calm her down. She said, "God will take care of you." In those words, again, Gigi found strength to power through. When I tell my story to people, I always stop myself at this spot because I don't want to shove my religion down anyone's throat. She says, we are all free to believe in our own way, but I mention it because he was an important part of my story. He took a broken down country singer and helped her to make a beautiful life. At every turn, I knew he had a plan for me. I knew if I believed him, he would believe in me. Strengthened, she got up early next morning, put on a cute little cupcakey apron her mother had made for her, and prayed that God would send her some customers. "I had no idea what I was doing," she recalls. "I didn't have a menu. I didn't have a clue how things would go." Power fact. Did you know these 9.1 million US business-owned women owned by women. I'm thrilled to say that that number is growing. And for your information, I have my business, Afro Pieces, and my book, Picking Up the Pieces. So, well, the opening couldn't have gone any better. There were lines at the door at GIGIs Cupcake that very first day. Around the corner even, a local news crew came by to film the crowd, which of course only made the lines grow longer. Word of mouth kicked in, although Gigi's customers couldn't really talk at first because they were so busy feeding their faces with cupcakes. That was February 2008. 5 months later, that game-changing phone call from her brother, and in a short time, Gigi had managed to read a bunch of books on starting your own business, research on cupcake industry, learn about a bunch of new recipes, negotiate a lease, built out her first store, hire staffs, and she did most of all these things on her own. She wasn't broke, not by long stretch. At least, not when she started out. She owned her own home. She had a good line of credit, but she went on and took advantage of that good line of credit. She was in the hole for a whole lot of money, some of it borrowed at pretty outrageous rate. So she had to hustle, just to stay afloat. And the next 5 months were even more crazy making because Gigi was reluctant to give up her cleaning business. It was her safety net. In case this next dream went the way the first one did. Plus, she worried that the bake shop wouldn't generate enough money for her to start paying off those credit card loans. So she believed she had no choice but to keep the cash flowing. Long as there were enough hours in the day for her to clean a couple of houses, to attend to the businesses, stay ahead of her paperwork, it all shook out to good idea. Let's be clear, Gigi still had to work her butt off. She got into a routine where she'd open up Gigi's Cupcake at 4 o'clock each morning, get the place going, wait for the staff to arrive, work the counter through the morning rush, then hustle out to clean 2 houses. Should be back in the store late afternoon, working through closing. Then race home and start in on paperwork, payroll, all of that. I was killing myself, but I didn't see any other way. After the first week, she was able to pay off the plumber, pay her rent, make fast payment on her credit card bills, and even put $300 in the bank. That drywall bill had to wait for a little while, but things were looking up. Within 3 months, she'd paid the contractor in full, added additional staff, taken a bill bite out of what she owed on the credit company, and saved $26,000, enough to get her to start thinking about opening a second store. And now, 6 years later, there are almost 100 Gigi's Cupcake stores spread across 24 states, generating over 35 million, not shillings, not hundreds, not thousands, $35 million in annual sales. This is Gigi's Cupcake. Her secret, well, it's in the recipe first and foremost. Gigi's Cupcake are baked fresh daily with love and with passion. It took her 6 months to find the perfect vanilla and how she uses her own extract to make sure everything's just right. But a lot of businesses launch with the perfect recipe, perfect formula without this kind of runaway success. So there's got to be something else at play. And here I think it ties into the power of broke mentality. Power of broke mentality that has followed Gigi around her entire life. It is also in the hard work and passion. Gigi's commitment to serving up the very best cupcakes on the planet. She's even got a terrific line of gluten-free and sugar-free cupcakes in response to changing diets and tastes of her customers. But mostly, it's in her on the born appreciation of the value of a dollar. I've cleaned 20,000 square foot home, she tells me. I've seen how people live at the level, and what I've seen is that money doesn't buy you passion. Money does not buy you passion, get it? I still save every penny. I know what it is to have, so I appreciate everything I do, and I don't let anything go to waste. I was raised that way, came up that way with my cleaning business. I've got a bowl of special frosting. Maybe it cost us $60, and maybe we are done with a certain recipe and there's some leftover. A lot of folks would throw that away, that extra frosting away. Other people don't spend your money the way you spend your money, right? But that's good frosting. So we'll come up with a special. We'll use it on a cake. We'll find a way to make it work. Sounds like a recipe for success. What do you think? That is the question. And that is a little storyline of faith. Have a little faith. So this is the book, The Power of Broke by Damon John. I'm gonna read it because I have similar stories and I can't wait for greatness to happen in my life. Greatness to happen in my Afro pieces. Like I'm wearing one of my pieces. Oh God. Yeah, this is one of my Afro pieces. And I can't wait for greatness to happen. Dream plus passion plus hard work plus commitment plus the power of broke plus saving will get us to the next level. So grab your copy today. Learn a thing or two. This guy is a billionaire, and so do I.